Hi everybody, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. This is my very first video that I've ever recorded ever. I had to download Windows Movie Maker. I actually Googled how to start a YouTube channel and how to start making videos on your computer. It was a fun little research project of the afternoon, but I found out all the information that I could and now I'm just kind of going for it. Welcome to everyone from my body space from bodybuilding.com. You all are incredible and I love each and every one of you and I really appreciate all of the support that y'all have given me in my journey thus far, and I appreciate those of you who supported this idea of mine to start doing video blogs, and I'm really grateful that y'all are with me as I do this brand new leap of faith into trying something new. I have absolutely no idea what's going to come of it. Hopefully, I will be successful with it. If not, I think it'll be just a fun little project. In years down the road, I'll be able to look back and say, hey, I actually did that. Which really, at the end of the day, when I look at my transformation and I look at my bodybuilding competitions, which hopefully in the future there will be many, I'll be able to look back and say, hey, I did that. So I just wanted to introduce myself and do a short couple minutes on my background with bodybuilding and with health and fitness. And I also wanted to include a couple of points about what I want to use these videos for. Just a couple of thoughts from me. I considered making like a list of points that I wanted to go down, but I tend to do better off the cuff, so I'm just gonna kind of go for it and see. If I really don't like the video, the really cool thing, I can delete it and make another one. So here goes. Again, we're just gonna leave my name at Falcon. I'm pretty happy with that. It's what everybody calls me, so you can call me that too. I didn't get the whole Captain Falcon reference until about a year or two after, everyone in my professional area was calling me Captain Falcon, and I'm like, okay, I guess I've been promoted. And then someone actually told me what the reference is, so now I have that lovely tidbit of culture attached to me permanently. I am 22. I have my bachelor's degree in exercise science with a focus in fitness development. I was a certified personal trainer for years. I love that job. Love, love, love that job. I have seen incredible heart from incredible people, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to get my certifications and go back to that. It was through that I've been lifting since I was 11, 12 years old. I've always been a lifter. I've always loved the gym. And I've always kind of half-assed striven to be the best that I could be physically. But the problem with that is I struggled with food. That's always been a big thing. Italian. I come from a family, very big bone family. There is not a skinny one among us. And pizza, calzones, food in general, everything was always centered around food. But at about 11, 12, 13, of course, puberty, for me, I started struggling with body image issues, and it just kind of spiraled out of control, really. I'll do more on that when I do videos in the future, specifically on diet. I would like to, one of my ideas, I've tried just about every diet pill, diet fad, diet trend in the spotlight today and over the past decade. I've, the ones that have come and gone, I've probably tried all of those too, in efforts to lose weight and to achieve the body that I wanted. And I made myself really sick. through doing that. So in another video clip that I'll do in the future at some point, I will go into more details about the journey that I've had with food, and how I've kind of made peace with those demons and how I've gotten to the point where I'm at now. It's been a really long road, and I don't want to spend time doing that at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. To be honest, it's a little bit of an emotional roller coaster to go through and explain all of that in detail. But I will talk about the diets that I did. I'll talk about benefits, which there were very, very, very few. But I had super bad like lactose intolerance for a while, gluten intolerance. I'm slightly closer to being very gluten intolerant than kind of gluten intolerant, so I try to keep my diet as gluten free as possible. But I will, in that video, talk more specifically on the paleo diet, which I have done extensively, fully paleo in the past, and I loved it. I loved it. And when I'm done competing, I'll probably go back to that. It's just too expensive for me to do right now. I can't do the competing on the paleo. It doesn't work. But yeah, so that's one idea I had for a video. Any feedback? I love feedback. Please give me feedback. If I say something stupid in any of these videos, or any of my ideas sound completely crazy, feedback from you guys saying, yeah, go for it, or hey, maybe you could do this. I will take, I try to be very interactive with all of my social media. I try to get back to you guys. If I get a like or comment on Instagram, I go and I try and I like and I follow and I comment back. On Body Space, if somebody adds me or somebody messages me, I really do try to get back to y'all, unless it's like a skeezy message that I'm just not going to respond to. But that happens with everybody. So I've always blogged. Because of my interest in fitness and health. The majority of the blogs that I've started in the past have been geared around that. I've always had the bug, I guess you could call it, to want to inspire and motivate other people. The problem with that was when I would get these blogs started and try to go for it, it quickly became apparent after a short period of time that while in concept and in theory it's awesome, it's a wonderful, wonderful thought, you cannot love other people, you cannot help other people, you cannot inspire and motivate and teach other people if you don't first love yourself, if you don't first inspire and motivate yourself. Because if you don't look in the mirror at yourself and say, awesome, you are so cool, you make me want to go work out. I want to go work out because you look so good. Or I want to go work out because you, that person in the mirror, I think you deserve it. If you don't have the ability to say that yet, you're not ready to help other people. And when I was working as a personal trainer before, and I was making my feeble attempts to mesh my love of writing with my love of fitness, with my love of people, all of these loves, all of these hobbies, all of these interests, trying to mesh it together into something to benefit other people. I never fully had a grasp on the fact that all of my efforts are useless if I don't even think I'm worth it. So I ended up shutting down all of those blogs over and over and over again. They were fun while I had them, but I would get writer's block. My bad days would get overwhelming and I would want to quit. And I would quit every time. I have very bad mood swings. They're great. I'm such a treat all the time. It's so lovely. It's actually really overwhelming. And my mood swings would last for weeks or months, years. It really depended. Um, and most of that honestly was tied to food and my relationship with myself and what I thought about myself. Um, and so it would stop me from moving forward with the projects that I wanted to do. But I'm not willing to let that stop me anymore, because this transformation journey that I'm on, this 25-ish pounds that I've lost just since June, not to mention I was at my heaviest weight. I never quite saw 200 on the scale, but I got really close. I was in the mid to high 190s last year. And so going from like 195 down to 158, 159 in a year. Yeah. Yeah. Um, Lost my train of thought. Damn. Oh, this transformation journey just since June has been a roller coaster. I use that term a lot because that's the understatement of the century as a description of what it's been, how it's meant to me. I knew that my decision to jump off that cliff and step on stage was kind of inevitable. I loved it when I did it in 2012. It is absolutely a passion of mine. I loved it, and I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was what I was being called to do. I just remember looking in a mirror and saying, how am I going to do this again? And when I saw that show date of October 11th, I'm like, really? I was trying to get on stage the beginning of September. 2 or 3 weeks from now was my original, what I wanted to do. I said, how am I going to do this? How is it possible for me to change, rewire my brain, get a hold of stupid mood swings, get a hold of my diet, my training? How am I going to do this? But you know what? I'm doing it. And I get terrified. I got terrified this week. I got overwhelmed to the breaking point this week. But I'm realizing that slowly but surely, I'm not perfect. Not. I never will be. And I reached out to you guys this week, to my Body Space family, my Fit fam, and I admitted that, hey, this is a lot of money. Hey, this is a lot of effort. Hey, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready. I'm scared. I don't know if I can do this. And from the, oh no you don't comment, to the, I've never seen a wild thing feel sorry for itself comment, to every last private message that I got. Y'all are incredible for picking me up. You really are. I appreciate it more than I could ever express. And it made me really sit and reflect on what other things I've been afraid of. And finally registering for my show last night, just ripping that band-aid off. It felt like I sprouted wings and started flying. The second that, congratulations, your registered receipt came through to my email, I felt like I was flying. It was incredible. And I remember just sitting and staring before I took my pictures to post to send to you guys. Sat and stared at my computer and I was like, wow, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Oh God, I'm doing this. And the entire 45-minute trip back home from my favorite bookstore, where I had parked it with tremendous amounts of coffee, surrounded by books, no better place for me to think and make some decisions. I just kept saying, oh God, over and over and over to myself, thinking about myself in that teeny tiny little bikini in front of a lot of people that I don't know. And I forgot to mention, I'm going to the show by myself. So I don't have anybody there. The only people that are going to be high-fiving me, Lord willing, knock on wood, going to be the other competitors, which hopefully I will meet lots of cool people and get to talk to lots of cool people. And I really want feedback from this show. I really, really do. I could come in dead last. I could not place at all so long as I come out of this with feedback from the judges, feedback from other competitors, and how I can get better and what I can bring to the stage next season. This show is important, but really, and I haven't said or written much about this at all, post show is much, that is my big shining light at the end of the tunnel. Because when I competed in 2012, I got off stage and I had been eating under 1,000 calories a day and doing 2 or 3 hours of cardio to get ready for the show. And my metabolism was shot. My hormones were out of control. Everything, my body just was done. It was done. So everything I ate, there was no old bar. I ate everything. But everything just came right back, and I think that's part of the reason why my weight went up as high as it did, is because I had very severe metabolic damage after that show. So the dieting for this prep has been very carefully calculated. I've monitored it, tried a couple different things. I've done carb cycling. I've dropped my carbs down as low as I would let them go to see, and now starting this week, I'm bringing them back up to having carbs at a couple different meals during the day. Still keeping them under about 100 grams, but it's not down to the 45-50 grams a day that it was this past month or so. Monitoring my diet, monitoring my water, monitoring my sleep. It has not been as much of a focus on my training. I was really paying attention to my diet and what all of the foods I was eating was doing mentally and physically to me. Because when I go post-competition, I'm reverse dieting. I'm literally taking the same exact blueprint I'm doing now, and I'm just doing it in reverse. And I'm going back up to, I know exactly where I want my numbers to be. I want to try and keep my off-season weight between 150 and 155. That's the goal right now. So that's right around where I'm at today, which I'm happy, honestly. If I could be 150 to 155 with like a 19-20% body fat off-season, it's really good, because with an 8 to 10 week prep, it should drop me down to 140, 145 with a 12 to 14% body fat, and that's good for me, I think, for competing. But we'll see once I cut my body fat down, and once I do this for another year or two, I'll be able to judge that a little bit better. But yeah, post competition is what I'm really going for. So I want to do well at the show. I am working very hard on my posing. I'm working very hard on my presentation. I have my stage hair, what I want to do with my hair. I know what I want to do with my makeup. I haven't got my jewelry yet, but that's coming. I love my suit to pieces. I love my suit. I already have my heels. So I have the total package. So when I step on stage, my goal is to have realistic feedback about my body fat percentage, realistic feedback about what I can build, what I need to do to balance my body out a little bit better. My goal right now is to stick with bikini for a couple years. I have the potential and I have the structure and the muscle maturity, because I've been doing this long enough, to be able to build pretty solidly. I put on muscle mass really easily. I would be able to build up for figure in my upper body with just a year or two of building. But I think I have a build for bikini. And so I would like to explore for a couple years what my strengths are. And I think I can be very successful at bikini. So I'm going to stick with that. And with the hopefully extremely constructive feedback and harsh feedback, I actually am looking forward to some harsh feedback from this show. I want to know exactly what I can do during the next year. So next summer or fall, when I come back on the competition circuit again, I completely knock it out of the ballpark. So saying all that, why exactly did I freak out this week? Why did I almost not do the show? If it seems like my head's on straight, my motivation is there, I have the right goals, I have the right mindset, why did I almost not do it? Well, fear. Fear comes down to it. Fear of embarrassment. I don't want to stand on stage. Going from the organizations I was competing in 2012 were very small, and going from doing that to doing a NPC championships show, it's a big jump, and I was just afraid of embarrassing myself, really. And it was just a moment of weakness. I'm not ashamed of it. There are going to be, just y'all wait, there's gonna be worse. There's gonna be much, 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 much worse. But the big thing that's gonna take the edge off of those worst times is the fact that I've already registered for the show. I'm financially committed. So if I can't get my head in it, tough. I'm doing it. So all of that being said, talked a little bit about my motivations for the show. I've talked about my expectations. I've given a little bit of background on myself. And so what do I want to do? Really, let's change gears a little bit. What do I want to do with this YouTube channel? What do I want to do with these video blogs? Well, right now I'm in the process of building my website. It is going to have a fitness section. It is not going to be completely fitness and bodybuilding oriented. I'm working on a couple projects right now. Book lists I'm working my way through. I'm a big movie buff as well, and really I just like to write motivational stuff, book reviews, stories, inspirations, thoughts in general. And so my website is going to be more a total package kind of a deal where it encompasses everything. And as I build up the fitness side of it, and maybe I get my personal training certification again and I want to actually start really pushing that side of it, I'll break that off and do something with that, do the coaching, start working on all of that. But right now, I want to be me. I want to be me. And I want to be honest. And I want to share my journey with other people. I want to connect with other people, teach other people, and be there for other people. Because I didn't have people there for me until very recently. And it has made a world of difference. And taking that, and like I was saying in the beginning about how I feel like I have something that I want to share with the world, but how you're not able to do that until you love yourself. I've learned how to love myself, and it has been an exciting journey, and it's not even close to being over yet. And I remember how awful it feels to be lost, how awful it feels to be alone and scared and afraid of your own potential and afraid of standing on that cliff and actually jumping off and trusting that you're going to fly. So I want to help other people learn the lessons that I did. I want to be a guide. I want to be a friend. Mostly I just want to be me. Take what I have and just run with it. So this is a little bit longer, 25 to 30 minutes. This is a little bit longer than what my other videos are going to be. I would like to do like one video every weekend, kind of to go along with my progress picture updates about my show prep specifically, my diet specifically, my training, how I'm feeling, all of that, and I'm going to try and keep the next 6 to 8 weeks or so focused primarily on that. If I decide to do other video journals, I'm going to do them separate on other topics, but I'll try to keep them shorter in the future, but this was just supposed to be my intro, and hopefully now that you all have a face and a voice to the name and the pictures, please follow and please keep being supportive and inspirational and motivational to each other. You all are incredible. Big, huge heart love. And kick butt this week, okay? You all are doing an amazing, amazing job. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I look forward to keeping you with me on the rest of my journey. Have a good night. Bye.